Okay, now we're live in YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Probably there's someone also listening to us on Spotify, maybe. If you guys don't know, we are on Spotify as a podcast, so you can listen to the immersions too. Of course, it's not all of them that are there, but you can listen to us there too, okay? And like just practice your listening. So today we are talking about 2022. We're going to review a little bit the year, discuss a little bit about it. This is the immersion. It's in English. It's not a class. I'm not to teach. Nobody's here to teach other from our experiences. Today we have 10 people, which means a lot. So as usual, I'm going to split us in the breakout rooms. All right? Please in the breakout room, be respectful, be nice, and enjoy. This is the most important thing, okay? If you need any help in the breakout room, there is a button called Ask for Help. You can click there and I can go to the room to help you. All right? Today I'm going to have here with me in the main room, Rafa and also Robert. And the other guys are going to the breakout room. All right, I just need 1 minute to do this. And you guys are going, just 1 second, please, that I'm organizing stuff here. Well, I think that's it, guys. I'm going to split the rooms right now. I really hope you guys enjoyed the talk. And at 5:50, I will bring everybody back. All right, sending the questions one more time and enjoy it. Just a minute. I will send them again. And that's it. See you soon. All right. So you are already familiar with this, with the things we do here, right? You already know how to introduce yourself. You already know how it works. So let's start with you, Robert. Can you share with us who you are and use the words to describe this year? Have you already talked to Rafa or not? Robert, do you know her? No? First time? That's good.
Me? Let's go. Yes, my name is. My name is. Yes, your voice breaking sometimes. You know.
Let's do it. I will keep the camera off. Okay.
Okay. My name is Robert. I'm married. I have 48 years. I work with 3D for VR, Metaverse games. I'm married. I have 4 kids, 4 daughters, 3 kids. My year is very special because today I work 2 tools. I love these tools for games called Unreal. Unreal is an engine for a game, you know. And the other tools is Blender. Blender is a 3D software. I love the software. It's free. You don't spend money for use this software, you know. And it's very special because my English is much better. Of course, I'm not fluent, you know, but I am a brave guy with my English today. That's it.
Yes, very good. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to have you here, and it's really good to know your year was special. You know, that's awesome. And how about you, Rafa?
Nice to meet you, Robert. My name is Rafaela. I'm from Cachoeira Paulista. I'm 22 years old, and I'm almost a chemical engineering. This year for me was very special too. I have done my I don't know how to say that in English. I have think about this year, and I did a post on LinkedIn, and I used there a word to describe this year that I think that really can summarize what I lived this year. That was my dreams came true. I don't know if there is a specific word in English. Realization. It exists, this word in English. So
I think
that's
so.
it.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's good.
Because
And you are almost graduating. Yeah, that's
yes, I'm almost graduation. This was the first year that I left my parents' home. I went to live in another city, so I had to learn how to live by myself, learn how to cook. So
What's
was
your age?
challenging.
Your age?
23.
I have a daughter with 24.
Oh, nice.
That's really nice, guys. Congrats, Rafa. I didn't know about it, about this phase of your life, living by yourself. You know, that's amazing. And I can imagine it was like a different year, but also good for you. So it's good to know that your dreams came true this year. Well, I am Bruna. I am a hostess here on Talk and Talk. I've been a hostess since November last year. And well, I am graduated in languages. I graduated this year too. Language English. I love teaching and also love communication. I am really talkative. So being in this role of like teaching allows me to connect to a lot of people and to see their learning process, which I think is beautiful. And I think the word I would use to describe this year is challenging. It was a difficult year in terms of job mainly. I started working in not only as a teacher but also as a community manager here, which was like really different for me, training new hosts and doing this the entire year was really challenging, but nice at the same time. I think every time we are changing jobs, we are starting in a new area, we need to face our fears and our mistakes. So that's the reason this year was challenging, but good at the same time. And that's it. Well, I want to know from you something you did. Now we are going to the next question. Something you did this year that you will remember for the rest of your life, or if it's not like forever, you know, for a long period of time that it was really remarkable. So let's start with you, Rafa. What was something that you did this year that was remarkable for you?
I think the first time that I went to a lab, I am a chemical engineering, and I love it. Laboratory, doing experiments, and I have never worked with cosmetics. It was a dream that I always wanted to know because it's something that is our daily routine. And I like to understand a little more of the things that are around us. And this year I had the opportunity to go to the lab and do a formulation of micellar water. And it was very special to feel the environment and see happening. So I think it's something remarkable for me.
Yes, very good. That's awesome. Do you intend to like keep working in this area, like cosmetics and beauty? Is this something you like?
Yes, I love it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I am sure if I were chemistry engineering, I think that's the name, I would definitely work in this area too because I love beauty products and cosmetics. So I would work there too. Very good. And what about you, Robert? Share with us.
I moved to the beach. It's very special because it's a new city for me. Of course, this house is my, how can I say, sogro? Sogro,
Father-in-law.
father-in-law. And I come from here in the weekend, but all the time here is very different. The people are different, the school's different, supermarket is very different. The traffic,
In a good
when
way or in a bad way?
some things bad, some things very good, of course, but it's different. But I love this. My kids are happy. I'm happy.
Very good. That's great. That's great. Very good. Well, this is a difficult question because so many things happened this year, guys. For me, it was a year of a lot of first times. I did many things for the first time. I can list more than 5 things. So it was awesome. But I think something I won't forget this year is that I traveled by myself for the first time. This month I went to Minas Gerais to meet um, with my boyfriend and also a friend, and it was amazing, amazing. I think I will never forget these days. I think every time we do something for the first time by ourselves is special, right? The feeling of independence and freedom was amazing. So I'm really happy, and I can't wait to travel and to do other things next year because it was really good. Well, I'm moving to the next one. I don't know from you something you did and you accomplished this year that you are proud of, and in what area of your life do you think or do you feel you made your biggest improvement? So I don't know, at work I had big achievements, or in my love life, you can share with me. Let's start with you, Robert. What are you proud
Uh,
of this year?
Maybe learning much more English. uh, uh, English for me is very important in my job, of course. But I have a dream. I I trust, acreditar
You
in
believe?
God. I believe in God. It's and this learning English, speaking English, do sometimes the other people to smile for me when I speak in English is very special for me, because a long time ago, me and a good friend, I talk about the how can I say, missionário. This friend is missionário. And I remember when I think I need to learn English. I need to talk in English with other peoples. Today I can do this. It's very special for me. Yesterday I say about this with you, Bruna. It's very special for me. I am very happy today. It's very special. This
That's
year, this year I fechei com chave de ouro.
I loved it. Yes. I will try to find this expression in English, but yes, that's really good. It was really good to meet you this year too, and it's good to know you had big achievements in English. I feel that sometimes it seems silly, because we are here every day, and we are like talking about many things. But when we like look back, like, oh my God, when I first arrived here, I was so stuck, and then now I'm here like talking about everything. You said this like yesterday, about the many topics we talk about here, right? And every day is amazing. So I'm really good to know this was a great achievement for you. That's awesome. Thank you so much. How
You
about you?
have good, you have you and other peoples in the TNT have a good part for this, you know. You are a big friend here, big teacher. Your friendship with me and other peoples is a, a good party for this.
Thankful, yes. Thank you so much for your support. That's awesome. I really hope someday we can meet, in person. We will have the chance for sure, and it's going to be amazing. Rafa, share with us. How about you?
Okay, but first, congratulations, Robert. That's amazing
Thanks.
to hear that about you because it's awesome when we can see our dreams coming true. So congratulations. I'm very happy for you. Well, I think my biggest achievement is related to my professional life this year because last year I was an intern in a company that I loved to work there, but I love the people, I love the culture, but I wasn't working at my area, and it was making me feel a little. If something was missing, that feeling that something was missing. And I decided to move to another company that I worked this year. And I came with a goal to become an employee. So I think this year my biggest achievement was there because at the end of the year I received the invite to become an employee. And it was possible because of the things that I done this year, things that I tried to learn, what I have delivered to the company. So I think 2022 is very related to my professional life.
That's awesome. Congrats. That's amazing. So it was a great year for you. You are like promoted to college, living by yourself. That's amazing, Rafa. I'm really happy for you. That's awesome. My professional life was good this year. It was a bit crazy, but I think what I accomplished this year that I'm proud of is about my health. This was a year I worked out a lot. I went to the gym. Of course, it wasn't a perfect year. No, I had my ups and downs, but I could prioritize myself in terms of health. There were some months that I didn't do it, but I started in March and now I'm still going. In July and August, I was a bit down and I didn't work out, but I'm back and I'm really proud of this. I think this was the area I made my biggest achievements and improvements. I had a good year in therapy, and I had a good year also when going to the gym. So I think that was a good area. It's important we sometimes forget to value our health, but I'm happy I could do this year. Yes, we can go to the next demo about the opposite, the most challenging part. Well, I will start with this one. It was definitely about my job. In the beginning of the year, I was working here on TNT already, but I was working at another school, and my boss was terrible. Like, she didn't pay the teacher, and well, it was really really challenging because I was really afraid. And Philip is my friend, and I was like, Phil, my boss doesn't pay me and everything, and he was like, okay, so I'm gonna hire you. This was already on our plans, like for me to work here full time, but it wasn't that early. So in June, he asked me to work here as full time, and everything started working in a different way. So this was the challenging moment. like changing areas, like working as a community manager. I had 9 classes here, and we decided to have less classes and focus on the community, on the hosts, and yeah, it's working. It was different, challenging, but good at the same time. That's it. And your challenging moment, Robert, share with us.
But in my work, I started working in next month with NFT for architecture visualization is new for me because NFT is new for all, maybe for everyone. And
What's it?
NFT is say it's like a álbum álbum de figurinha.
In NFT. In
NFT.
Oh, I know.
You know.
Okay. I know.
It's crazy, it's different, it's new for everyone, and it exists NFT for project for architectural projects. It's crazy for me, but I start working with this in December, in next month, you know. But it's crazy. I started learning other tools for working with this. It's crazy for me, but I'm very happy for this.
That's awesome. It's really different, and we are talking about the future, right? Because
Yes,
present and the future at the
yes.
same time.
It's crazy because when I talk for other people, I work with Metaverse. Oh, Metaverse! Oh, explain to me. Oh man, it's crazy for me. The simple explanation is it's gaming for the company for companies. That's it.
I love that.
It's boring. Oh no, Metaverse is boring. For me, it's very boring. Because it's like a game. Don't have nothing exclusive, you know.
Yes. You know
For
what?
me, of course, for me, for common jobs is very cool, different, you know. For example, when you need to do a meeting with a different avatar using VR glasses, you know, it's real, different, but for me it's boring.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. I must confess I am not a huge fan of this metaverse world, you know, but I understand, but I don't like it that much. You know, I feel you. I feel you. Very good. Very good. Thank you so much for sharing. And it's nice, you know, you've been working with NFT. I just want to add something here because yesterday we were talking about networking here and about creating connections, you know, and it's really
Yes.
nice because you are the only guy I know who works with this. There is else that is here on the community that works with it too. But it's really, really nice that every time I think of 3D, I think of you, you know, and I think that's what networking is, you know, like like when you need someone, like, you know, the name, you know. So congrats.
Yes.
And good to know you've been working with NFT now. Thank you
Thanks.
for sharing with us. And how about you, Rafa? Now we know Rafa that she works with cosmetics and these things. What was the most challenging thing for you this year?
I think live away from my house, from my parents, my sister, my little brother away from my city because I have to learn how to maintain this connection with them and also adapt to a new routine when I am in my city. I had a routine for exercises, routine to eat and to do all the things. And when I'm there, I had to adapt to find what to do, learn how to cook, buy my food. So it was very, very challenging.
Yes. Is it near half or not? Like, is the city near?
Yes, it is. It is only 117 kilometers. That is 1 hour and a half.
Mhm.
It's near.
That's good.
But it's different to not to be here today. I'm in my parents' house. It's difficult not to be here every day, see them in person.
You don't have accent, porta, portão. You don't have.
Yeah, very good, Rafa. That's great, and it's challenging at the same time, but it's a good experience, right? Living by yourself. I'm planning this for I don't know, 2024 maybe, and I think it's going to be nice. Well, I will keep with you, Rafa, and I want to know from you the question number 6. If you could change one thing that happened this year, what would it be? Something to change.
Oh, that's difficult.
Yeah.
I have to think because I avoid to have that kind of thoughts because I think that everything that happens can teach us something or cannot give a result immediately, but can direct us to results. So
We
it's
usually learn
difficult.
from these experiences, right? Yeah.
Yes. Let me think. I think I would do some subjects from graduation earlier because when I moved to the city, I still had 2 subjects to do, and my college is near from my parents' house. So I had to travel and it was very exhausting. So I think if I could change something, I would plan better to do that subject before the moving to another city.
Yeah, that's awesome. Very good. Very good. Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much for sharing. And how about you, Robert? What would you change?
Nothing. It's perfect. My year is. I'm happy. My kids with health, saúde. My beautiful wife with health. My parents, my stepfather and sogra, long father,
Father-in-law.
father-in-law, my mother-in-law. For me, it is perfect for this.
That's great.
I'm a grateful person, you know.
Mhm. That's
That's it.
awesome. Very good. I think this is something I would never do again, you know. I started working at this place in the beginning of the year, and we didn't sign a contract. I know that the simple, like, this is really simple, you know, you just need to start working at a place and you sign a contract. But the boss started just postponing it, and I was like, okay, no problem, let's keep working, and then like we can solve it later. And then it was May already, and she didn't pay me my money. And I was like, oh, okay, I need to leave this job. and she still hasn't paid me. She hasn't paid me yet, So because we didn't have a contract, and I don't want to talk to a lawyer and I'll go through all the process and spend a lot of money. So this is something I will change. I would have a contract, and I promise myself I will never work somewhere and not have a contract. It's really, really important. It's simple, but it's important, and like sometimes
Uh,
we don't pay attention to these things, Yeah.
what's your age, Bruna?
27. I'm not that young anymore.
Sam, you're a very old person. Oh my gosh.
I just don't have a lot of working experience. It was the first time. It's
Yes,
okay.
you are a smart girl, intelligent, whatever.
Yeah, yeah, but
It's
I
you start your way now. It's
yeah,
normal.
yeah, it's normal. And just like Rafa was saying, we learn from these experiences, right? So it was bad, but now I know I can't accept these things anymore, right? Yes, yes, yes. Very good, guys. Well, now talking about the next year, what is a characteristic or a skill that you would like to develop more next year? What do you intend to work on in the next year? I skipped actually. I skipped to number 8, but it's okay. Robert, what skill do you want to develop more next year?
I am not, and I am not organizado,
Organized?
organized person. I'm not. I need to work this in my life, It's perfect because my wife not. It's perfect, but you need to learn about this day by day because you have kids. It's very important for your kids, and I need to improve my organization with my life, my job. In my job, I'm much more organized person, But for example, in my back, I have a lot of clothes in my bed. You don't see, of course, but
I feel
it's
you.
not, of course, but it's normal because you have 5 peoples here, and clothes transform in my clothes, more clothes. It's crazy, but
Yeah, but I think also these house chores, like folding clothes, washing clothes, like all these,
yes,
like it's a cycle that never ends, right? Like we're
never
always,
ends.
and it's mainly with kids, they how can I say sujar? Oh my God, I have no idea. They dirt.
Dirt,
Eles sujam,
maybe dirt.
I don't know. Yeah, sujam mais more clothes,
Yes,
right?
of course. But me and my wife maintain,
You keep.
keep
Mhm.
keep the of course the house clean,
Of
clothes
course.
clean,
Mhm.
but it's crazy organize all things with
I
the kids jobs. It's
that,
crazy.
yeah,
But
very good.
I can learn much more about this.
Yeah, and I must confess, I nowadays I am more organized, but it's still a process for me. If I show you there are some clothes here too, I think it's like part of life. But I watched a lot of videos on YouTube, a lot, thousands of videos of tips, how to organize yourself, how to plan your things. And this really helped me, saw like different strategies. I strongly recommend videos on YouTube. There are many tips there. Yeah, very good. That's great, Robert. Thank you so much for sharing with us. And how about you, Rafa? Are you an organized person? Is this something you want to work on next year? What skill do you intend to develop more next year?
Yes, I'm organized person because since I was a little child, my mom teach me to be like that because she's so much organized. She hates when things are not in the place that it should be. But something that helped me to be organized too was watching videos. I still like to see videos on Instagram, some documentaries on Netflix. I think it's always great to know new tips and put in practice. But I think something that I want to improve next year is not improve, it's more learn. I want to learn Spanish because this year with English, I had to talk to people that didn't speak Portuguese. And it was amazing. And I saw how much information we lost when we have to translate. We miss a lot of information when we decided to read or to see something in another language different from the original one. So I want to learn Spanish to understand better, and because nowadays I work with a lot of people that are from Colombia and other countries that speak Spanish.
That's awesome. This is definitely a skill I want to develop next year to have. I started studying Spanish this year, but I must confess, Philip always talks about it, and yes, I am afraid of the immersion in Spanish. So this year I started well, I was going to the charlas and participating, and then there was a moment I just stopped because I was afraid, and I was always like postponing the classes, the immersion. So next year, this is my plan to study and to practice more, to speak more. And I want to be a Spanish hostess. Let's see if I will be.
Amazing!
Let's see, guys. This is my biggest goal for the next year, to be a hostess. I don't know if I will be able to achieve, but I wanna work on it. Well, that's
I hope
it.
to see you there.
I hope to see you there too, girl. Yes. Let's talk Spanish together. This is an important skill, and yeah, I will choose this one to be able to guide a conversation in Spanish. It's going to be challenging, and that's it, guys. Well, going back a little bit to question number 7. I want to know from you, this is a really deep but good question, that is, what's something that you learned about you this year, about yourself, and also something you learned about the world? Like from the beginning of the year to now, how have you changed? This is a deep question. Let's start from you, Robert. What did you learn about yourself this year?
Politics change the change people's, your personality, It's crazy. I lost some friends, I have a simple example. When you talk about the how can you say quotas? Quotes. When you say quote is not necessary in Brazil, you don't learn about this history about Brazil. Brazil, it's a last country without slaves. The last the last country in America without slave. How can I say escravidão, slaves?
Slavery.
It's simple. You don't need to a lot of intelligence for understand this. When you say codes is not necessary, and this year politics show me different friends in my life. It's crazy, and I cut in the root this friendship in my life.
And yeah, I think it's so complex, right? And it's hard to decide this, right? To get rid of these friendships. But at the same time, I totally agree with you. I think like discussing politics and these points of view, they bring a lot of information about other people, right? Because everything is political, right? Everything. So we need to be careful with the ones we want close to us, right? Like to be careful with like our friends, you know. It's complex to have like people who don't believe in quotes or in, you know, on slavery, on who think like racism doesn't exist, or those like things that seem simple, but we know it's complex, right? So it's hard, but it's important.
It's hard when you don't you don't know about history in your city, your country, your people, you know. It's hard. Without this, I can't talk with you about nothing.
Very good, very good. Thank you so much. And I think it was a tough but good choice, you know, you made. Very good.
Okay.
And you, Rafa, what did you learn about yourself, about the world this year?
I agree with Robert. And besides that, I think another thing that I learned is the importance of our choices in this when we talk about politics, but in our daily routine too. Our choices to do exercises, our choice to learn new things, that it is also important and we will need them in some point of our lives. And this year, besides that, I saw too the importance of, I started to be more patient with the results. I like to see things very quickly. And this year I saw that not everything are like this. Some things we only can see the results at the end or over a lot of time. That was very difficult, but that's how things are.
Yes, I think that's really important, you know. This is also something I noticed this year, the value and the importance of the process, right? I think I am not a person who is patient too, so I always want things fast, but the process is really important, right? Like things don't come fast, and we need to be patient and work every day, right? I think it's really beautiful. I said this yesterday in the live too, that seeing most of the guys every day and see how they evolved in their English during the year was so nice. You know, I can see like this week I could see a lot of students and like compare them in my mind, you know, like from who they are, who when they first arrived here and how they are like talking today. It's so beautiful, and this is just because they are here every single day. So the process is necessary and is important, you know. And this is something I learned this year too. I was talking to you about doing exercises, going to the gym. It's all about trusting the process and going every day, right? Or going as much as you can. So the process is important, guys. Well, we are running out of time, so I want to ask you guys about favorite topics here on TNT. What topics do you like to talk about? Question number 9. And what topics are must have next year? What do you want to talk about next year? Now it's the time I take some notes, you know, and I get some tips from you. So what do you want to talk about next year, Robert? Share with us. What topics do you miss?
Talk about technology, of course. I love this about programming for some things in your life. And I love politics. I love politics because when you talk about politics, you discover a lot of things about the other peoples. It's crazy, and you can cut in the root.
Okay.
Maybe some friendships.
Very good. Yeah, this is I must confess, every time we are talking about politics here, it's really difficult to guide because I feel nervous all the time, you know.
Yes.
The last time I chose to guide a meeting about voting, I was nervous from the first time to the last one, you know.
I believe it. The most important is respect, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe, but I respect, but I cut in the root.
Yes. Very good. Thank you so much. Welcome back, guys. We were entering here question number 9. Well, you know, I like to get some tips from you and to hear from you what you like to talk about here. And I was asking you guys about it. I was asking Robert and Rafa. So I will ask each one of you, what topics, what subjects would you like to talk about more next year? What do you miss talking about here? Let's start with you, Ana. What do you want to talk about next year?
Oh, Bruna, for me, the place is amazing, and for me, every topic that you choose for me, it's very interesting. As I said for Marcio and Edna, this year for me it was amazing because TNT is wonderful in my life, and I believe any topic, some topic for me, it's excellent.
It doesn't matter the subject. Everything is good for you. Okay. Thank you so much, Dan. I will ask somebody else. Leo, I know you are always here, so share with us which subject would you like to talk about more next year?
Yeah, I really enjoy so much English Tech Talks because it's inside of my field, but I participated in a class, I forgot the hosting name, maybe Ana Paula, maybe it was with her, that the issue of the day could be extended to a new model of class. I really enjoyed a class about recommendations of movies and series. It's for me, it was a good class to talk about because in my case, I'm always trying to find a new movie or a new series, good series to watch, and especially if we can. For example, in group assist in English, and in the next class comment about this movie or comment about this series watching in English. I believe that could be a good idea.
Like have like a movie session here. Like we can watch the series together and then like talk about it maybe after, or I don't know, in at another time, right? I must confess, we were talking about it, like to have like a movie session here. Maybe this can come next year. You guys know that all ideas you give and you bring to us, we always like think about it like carefully. So that's great. Thank you so much for sharing. That's a great idea. I am writing everything down. Let's hear from Marcio now. Andrew, Marcio, what subjects do you want to talk about next year?
Next year, it's amazing for me. And so unfortunately, when I was 2 months alone for me, and it's very challenging, difficult about this. Stay away from my family. Oh my God. But I don't know, it's unfortunately or fortunately. Yes, it's, I don't know. But this year 2022, it's amazing. And I conquered my many friends. And this year I will never forget. All right, my mind is open a lot. Yeah, so yeah, I will never forget this year.
Very
It's
good,
amazing.
Marcio. Yeah, if you guys were here when Marcio first started attending the meetings, you know, like he didn't speak too much English, and now he's here like talking a lot, you know, during all the immersion. So I was saying here in the main room that something beautiful this year was seeing you, like when, like most of you when you first arrived and compared to how you are now. And this is so nice. It's really beautiful to see how much you guys evolved and learned this year. So congrats. It was a pleasure to see your journey. And next year, let's keep working on this. It's all about the process. Don't forget it. It's about like coming and attending the meetings every day, every week. That's really important. Okay, so don't forget the process. Trust the process. That's the goal, you know. Trust the process. Thank you guys so much. I will share with you the survey. You can give some feedback and say if you like this meeting, say whatever you want. I really hope you guys have an amazing New Year's Eve. And I think that's it. Does any of you want to say something? Any message?
No,
Beautiful
just to
next
say
year for
happy
you.
new, yeah, happy
Go
new
ahead,
year
Leo.
for everybody here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was a pleasure getting to know all of you this year. And next year, we're going to work harder and more, you know, and practice a lot of languages, Spanish, French. I don't know. I am here focused on Spanish, you know, and if you guys are thinking of starting a new language, next year is the year. All right. Thank you so much for this year. Enjoy your eve tonight, tomorrow. Yeah,
Thank
bye-bye.
Thanks,
you.
everyone.
Thank
See you next
you.
year.
Thank you, Bruna, for
Talk and talk.
Happy
New
New
Year.
New
Year.
Year.
Bye.
Bye bye.